Hey guys, welcome to another game. I am Aaron, this is War3TV, and the game we have today is actually part of a series for the Fit4Gaming Solo League between Mark and Starshaped, so let's go ahead and get this game started. Now, we can see that this is Terranist stand, and on the bottom right here we have Starshaped, the Night Elf player from Sweden, up against Mark, the Undead player from Russia. Now, Mark is a very good Undead player, but he plays fairly standard. We can see that he's going altar first here for his early Death Knight, and the reason he's doing that is because of Starshaped. Starshaped, the Swedish Night Elf player, doesn't do things like a robot elf does. He doesn't always go Demon Hunter archers or Warden archers. We see a lot of different things from him, but they usually involve huntresses, and oftentimes they involve a tavern hero, and we can see that Starshaped is doing a tavern build here right now. He will be AOW creeping, it looks like, but he is going to get a tavern hero. A lot of the times he goes panda, so we could expect something like that from him. And it looks like Mark is expecting that type of play from Starshaped, so we do see Mark going in altar first here, because there is times that Starshaped goes a very heavy pressure. Sometimes he goes Keeper of the Grove. Even with a panda, we can see him doing early pressure sometimes, and having that Death Knight out early will allow him to either stop the creeping of any tavern hero or stop any type of acolyte harass if Starshaped was going Keeper of the Grove. We do see a graveyard coming down now, so Mark will be going into Fiends later. Starshaped just continuing to put up some Moonwells here. We will see what hero is going to get in a moment. An acolyte coming down here to scout for Mark, something he knows he needs to do because Starshaped doesn't play standard. So on one hand, playing non-standard like this is a good thing for Starshaped, since his opponents can't practice against strategies like that too often. You know, if Mark wants to practice against Night Elf, he's not going to match a lot of Night Elves that play like Starshaped. On the other hand, Starshaped plays basically the same way every game with huntresses. Everyone knows he goes huntresses. Everyone knows he likes to do a lot of early pressure with either a Keeper of the Grove or Panda or some tavern hero like that with a lot of mass. So Starshaped will be figured out every once in a while, and it looks like Mark has decided with his early Death Knight here against Night Elf, and it looks like he's going,
town is under siege.
He knows he can go Death Coil as well, so it looks like he is pretty aware of what Starshaped is going to do. Death Knight coming to try to coil this Wisp. If he would have gotten there just a little bit earlier, he might have denied the hero of Starshaped, but Starshaped is able to get his panda out, and at the same time he is creeping up his shop here, going to get an instant level 2 while he runs his panda. His panda is actually getting blocked. It looks like he was paying attention to his Wisp there, making sure his Ancient of War didn't go down to the shop. So Mark, with this early Death Knight, he was aware of what Starshaped was most likely going to do. He's able to do some damage on this panda, not let the panda do any type of harassment. It may have been better for Starshaped to run that panda back down and just continue to creep up to a fast level 3. But Starshaped has ran up towards the Undead base, and now it looks like Mark has given up the chase for the moment. But the panda is actually turning around, so the panda will continue to do some pressure here. Mark finding one of the scout wisps of Starshaped, and so that's the second wisp that he was able to kill with this Death Knight. But these creeps going down very quickly, and it looks like the panda will pick up level 2 anytime soon. The panda now trying to see if the Undead is creeping anything, and he does find the Death Knight here right outside of his base. So level 2 now for the panda. Death Knight continuing to chase him. A couple of skeletons and a fiend will now creep up the green camp for Mark. He's going to try to get some levels on his hero, and Starshaped continuing to try this early pressure here. It looks like he will pick up boots to try to do some more harassment. So I guess he's content on staying in Mark's face here with his panda. He has plenty of mana, so some Breath of Fires may go off pretty soon. He will probably try to use this panda to deny some of these creeps here. The panda, if he can steal some of these creeps from Mark, he will have a huge early game advantage. So Breath of Fire, the first Breath of Fire going off for Starshaped there. It looked like he killed one skeleton warrior. I'm not sure if he was able to get that experience. But now it's been lightning shielded and focused by the Undead player, and he's going to try to get in, and a very nice coil there. So Mark actually coiling the creep here right before Starshaped was able to Breath of Fire. So Mark doing a good job of getting the last hit there, and once again he gets the last hit on that creep as well. So Starshaped really trying to deny some experience for the Undead player, but Mark, aware of what he was trying to do, he was able to get off a nice coil right before Breath of Fire, and then get the last hit on the second creep. So Starshaped unable to steal any experience from the Undead, and he's actually got his panda quite low, and now the Death Knight is level 2, so the Death Knight will be able to keep up to this level 2 panda And we see the Hunter's Hall is finished now for Starshaped, and he started his tech to tier 2, so we most likely see some Huntresses coming out, and the first Huntress is actually almost done. It looked like an Acolyte went down there. The Scouting Acolyte went down for Mark, so Starshaped doing a good job of finding that with his archers and able to take it out. The first Huntress out now, and it's just the Death Knight and a couple of skeletons right now trying to do some damage to these archers. Mark does have Dust of Appearance, so Starshaped needs to be careful with these archers. He is close to his Moonwell, however, so most likely we won't be able to kill any archers. And actually a very nice job there by Starshaped. He saw the coil coming, and he waited it right until the skeleton hit the wisp, and he was able to heal up from the Moonwell and keep that wisp from dying. So really good job there from Starshaped keeping that wisp alive. He's already lost 2, so he wants to make sure he doesn't lose any more. And one Fiend getting very low here, coiled, and an Archer getting away with just 23 HP. So nice micro there by both Starshaped and Mark, but Mark's turning this Fiend around, so a bit of a mistake here. It looks like he's going to lose this Fiend. The Panda did have enough mana to Breath of Fire, so one Fiend goes down. A bit of a mistake there. It looked like Mark was going to be able to get that Fiend away, but Breath of Fire catches it since he accidentally turned it around. And now we have Mark chasing down this Huntress. Looks like the Huntress will escape, and now another Fiend getting low. Starshaped also turning one of his red units around, so Starshaped needs to be careful with this Huntress, and Mark needs to be careful with this Fiend, and the second Fiend goes down, so 2 Fiends have gone down, and that Huntress actually escapes again with just barely over 20 HP. So Starshaped getting some very nice escapes here with his units. The Huntress hiding, it saw a Fiend coming by, decided to hide there. The Panda kind of low on HP, a weak Archer here hiding. I don't know why he doesn't use a Moonwell to heal up that Archer and bring it into battle, but instead he's just going to attack with it now, it looks like. So 2 Hunts here against 3 Fiends, so Mark needs to be very careful. These Fiends can go down fairly quickly. The Undead player does have some mana now on his Death Knight. We can see straight tech to tier 3, so Starshaped able to put down both of his Ancient of Lore and tech straight to tier 3 here. Tier 2 still not finished from Mark. So Starshaped actually doing a good job. He's able to kill 2 Fiends so far. Did lose a couple of Wisps in the beginning, but right now he's doing a good job. He's almost level 3 on his Panda, so that's going to be a very important level. But it seems like he keeps getting these escapes, just like this Huntress right here. It looks like he's able to escape them with very low HP. So now we have the Night Elf chasing down one Fiend here, and that weak Huntress, he still didn't heal it. And then we have the Undead player chasing down this Huntress. So we have the Night Elf chasing a Fiend, Undead chasing Hunt, and Mark actually able to coil that Huntress, and it looks like Starshaped tried to block the Fiend, but he was unable to get it. So Mark was able to get his block against the Huntress and kill it, and Starshaped unable to do the same, so this Fiend will get away, it looks like. He does have enough mana to Breath of Fire, but a little too much HP on this Fiend right now to kill it. So another block going down here on this Archer, so it looks like this Archer will go down as well. The Death Knight does have mana to coil, should he choose. And now Starshaped was able to kill that Fiend, so a good kill there by Starshaped chasing down that Fiend. Mark not paying enough attention to that Fiend, and he lost it, so it gave level 3 to the Panda Starshaped, so very important. It looks like Starshaped going to pick up the Zeppelin here, or try to. And actually Mark was able to buy the Zeppelin before Starshaped. So Starshaped, I guess, having a little higher ping than Mark, they were both spamming the Zeppelin, and he missed a surround there, so Mark, a good job by Starshaped. Unfortunately, a little mistake there by Mark. Mark missing the surround and was able to get the Zeppelin, but still couldn't do any damage to that Panda. So good job by Starshaped there. The odds were against him after he lost the Zeppelin and then was in a perfect position to be surrounded. So Starshaped getting out of there. His Panda must be oiled up and greased. He slid right out of that surround. And now the Lich is out for Mark, and so this Archer will go down as well. It's quite slow. The Undead will be able to just chase it down. I doubt he wastes a coil here. Able to just chase it down and slay it with his sword. And more Moonwells going up now. The first bear is out. Now the second bear is out for Starshaped. He is tier 3 now, researching Master Bear form. And now Mark is trying to do some creeping here, add some levels to his Lich. Looks like, and he's only level 2 still with his Death Knight, so he really needs to get level 3, which he will get here, and most likely level 2 on his Lich. The Panda is also creeping up as well, trying to get closer and closer to level 5 and level 6, which is where the Panda really becomes a force to be reckoned with. He does quite a bit of damage at level 3 with those Breath of Fires, but level 5 Breath of Fire is very strong. Some Dryads coming out now for Starshaped, and Mark continuing to creep. His level 2 on his Lich, level 3 on his Death Knight. started his tech to tier 3, putting up a sacrificial pit, so maybe he will decide to go frost worms later to deal with some of these bears. He has a slaughterhouse going on, and he does have burrow on the way. So Starshaped looks like he's going to go back to the undead base here, and he purchased a Zeppelin of his own, so both players now have a Zeppelin. I'm not sure if web upgrade has been researched for Mark, but he does have burrow, so he should be okay with a Zeppelin and burrow on his fiends. He should be able to micro things away fairly decently. I'm not sure where exactly his Zeppelin is, however. Oh, there it is. So his Zeppelin has caught up now with the Death Knight. And Mark going to creep out this camp, but Starshaped, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's kind of running around in circles right now. It looked like he was going towards the undead. He saw a skeleton and he kind of just freaked out and started running in circles here in the middle. Mark actually, after he saw the Night Elf with his skeleton, he decided to creep out a green camp here, now using a Wand of Illusion to make some fake fiends here. And Starshaped now seeing the undead army, deciding to run away. So Starshaped wanting to do some sort of creep jacks here, but every time he sees the undead, he just kind of runs away. So I'm not sure what he's thinking right now. And now Mark able to creep up this orange camp. Starshaped, I don't really know what he's doing. He's not doing anything. Now he's decided to load up some of his units into the Zeppelin. So it looks like he may try to do a Zeppelin drop against these acolytes. Mark has actually blocked off his base here. So the Zeppelin will allow his bears to go back there, however. So Starshaped is going to try to kill some of these acolytes. The undead does have a town portal. It does look like he's using it. So Starshaped now just attacking his haunted gold mine. These acolytes ran away, so they weren't close enough to do enough repair. He's trying to repair, but look at how much damage these bears are doing. Second Breath of Fire might take this down, so it does actually. So very good job there by Starshaped, and you can see that Mark doesn't have web yet, so unable to web down that Zeppelin. So a really good job there by Starshaped taking down this enchanted gold mine, this haunted gold mine. And so yeah, Starshaped wasting quite a bit of time there, just running back and forth, looking at the undead army running away, but his decision to finally just go ahead and attack that haunted gold mine paid off, since he was able to kill it. And Mark had reached tier 3, but he hadn't been back to his base in time to purchase an orb, so he couldn't really do too much damage to that Zeppelin. So just now rebuilding his haunted gold mine, and at the same time Starshaped has started putting up a Tree of Life, so Starshaped going to have quite a bit of a gold advantage here soon once he gets his expansion up, should Mark choose to creep or something instead of trying to hit this expansion. So Starshaped playing a very intense economic game here, since he will have 2 mines up against 0 mines for the moment for Mark. His gold mine still further away from being completed than the Tree of Life. So good job there by Starshaped. He actually left the item. So a good item there. He actually left it. I'm not sure why he did that. Leaving items everywhere. So his Tree of Life is coming, so Starshaped is putting up an expansion. The undead player looks like he's going to continue creeping. Many players, after they lose a gold mine or something very big and unusual like that, will try to do some type of all-in push to kind of reciprocate the damage. But Mark playing a bit cautiously, being level-headed, showing his experience in this game, and not doing anything too hasty or that could end up losing him the game, because if he does an all-in push right now and it doesn't work, he would be doing an all-in push with no gold mine, so he would be in big trouble. So Mark playing cautiously and conservatively, not letting the fact that he lost his gold mine rattle him too much. At the same time, almost level 5 here for the Panda, so Starshaped continuing to creep, picks up Manual of Health, and the Shade actually sees that this Tree of Life is coming here, so Mark knows that an expansion is coming up. A Wisp here outside of Mark's natural expansion can see that the Undead hasn't done any type of expansion. So Mark aware that an expansion is going up for Starshaped, and it looks like another Zeppelin drop is incoming. So once again, Starshaped trying to do a Zeppelin drop here, and if we check back with the Undead, he doesn't have a town portal yet, so he's going to have to just run again, and it looks like he will be able to kill this haunted gold mine once again, since the Undead doesn't have anything to stop this. Ziggurat here blocking the way of the Panda, but that bear is going to take the Ziggurat down, so not only does the haunted gold mine go down, but the Ziggurat goes down as well. Another Breath of Fire happening, and Starshaped going to easily be able to run now. and he actually staffed away his Zeppelin. It looked like he tried to do the staff of preservation trick here, where you put your hero into the Zeppelin and staff it at the exact same time, and every once in a while, if you do it perfectly, you can staff your own Zeppelin back to your base without you wasting a teleport, but it looks like his ping wasn't able to do that. But Starshaped did kill the Haunted Goldmine once again, and Mark is not rebuilding it yet. So a big economic advantage here for Starshaped, since he has 2 mines running right now and Mark is unable to do anything. He is sitting at 50 food, but he has no gold production happening right now. And he does have the resources to rebuild his Haunted Gold Mine, but he's just not doing it right now. I'm not really certain as to why he's doing that. Instead, he's creeping up this green here, and he still isn't building his gold mine. He's building a 5th Acolyte, and now he finally starts the Haunted Gold Mine. So a bit late there to start that gold mine, I think. But Starshaped continuing to build up his army. He's now at 70 food compared to the 50 food of the Undead. And the Undead has no ability to produce any units right now. He only has 180 gold. He has no town portal. He built a boneyard. I guess he had planned on going Frost Worms to go against this mass bear army of the Night Elf. But there's no way he can get any Frost Worms right now. He has no gold at all, and they are very expensive units. So Starshaped continuing to creep up these small green camps, getting ever so close to level 5, doing a really good job with these Haunted Gold Mine attacks here. Really showing that Starshaped, his unconventional type play, can be extremely effective. Mark unable to answer anything with these Haunted Gold Mine attacks. It was really bad that he didn't have a town portal. If he had a town portal, I'm assuming after the first attack he had web. If he would have been able to town portal the second time, he might have saved his gold mine. But unfortunately he didn't. So now one fiend kind of chilling out in the back of his base, waiting to see if that is going to happen again. But it looks like Mark is unable to really do anything. He's just kind of running around with his Death Knight. There aren't any creep camps left on the map, and he has no gold, so there's absolutely nothing he can do except sit in his base and kind of turtle around waiting for his gold mine to finish. And now Starshaped is bringing this massive army up to his base. He is at 70 food, still has 2 gold mines running, and the gold mine of Mark is just now finishing, so he is sitting at 50 food. His gold mine has 5,600 gold left and 2,200 left for Starshaped, so Starshaped has mined almost 3,000 more gold than Mark just out of 1 mine, plus he has his expansion. So the gold advantage definitely going to Starshaped right now. And now it looks like Starshaped is going to try to press his advantage while he still can. Some destroyers being morphed for Mark, so now he is sitting right above 50 food, even though he just got his gold mine finished. These bears attack moving, doing so much damage to these fiends. And 1 destroyer is falling down now. This Death Knight in the way, and it looks like Mark rage quit actually. He didn't even say GG. And you can see here, let's check out the resources, and the gold mined. Over 3,000 more gold mined for Starshaped, so taking out those haunted gold mines really was the key to victory here for Starshaped, and it gave him the first win in this series. So let's go ahead and move on to game 2 and see who is going to, if